Right, can you hear me? Can I hear you?
Hello.
There you go, can I hear you? How do nerds? Welcome to Heavyweight Gaming. I'll drop my mouse. Right, social media. Let's get this quick. Instagram is a thing. Facebook's a thing. Twitter's a thing. Go on there, look for Heavyweight Gaming. Go, Reed, go. Oh, you've got Bardic here. Look at you.
I'm eating.
You're always eating.
There. I'm not always eating.
Because it's Hannah that's only eating, isn't it? So,
yeah,
go check us out on There is no TikTok. Go check us out on Discord. Check us out on Discord. Come to our Discord, we'll talk to you about nerdy stuff. Go to YouTube and you can watch 3,042 hours of nerdy stories that we've done over the last couple of years. Go to Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and look for Heavyweight, and you'll get to see me shouting about when we're going live, what I'm writing about, what we've got planned, etc, etc. Loads of cool stuff. Love it. Go check it out. Basically type Heavyweight Gaming on the internet and you'll find us somewhere. I don't know if our website's live actually. You might find the website's fuck all on it, but enjoy it. Jumping on to sponsors. Coyote Grey, chibi artist. Well, does other artwork, but his chibi tokens are unbelievable. Go to Roll20's marketplace, type in Coyote Grey, look at all the chibi tokens he's got. He's got loads of fantasy ones, a cyberpunk one, and he's just released an apocalyptic one, which I will be buying tomorrow. But yes, so go check them out. They're super cool. I use them on as many of my battle maps as I can, including the Cyberpunk games on a Thursday. Really, really cool. If you do watch our Tuesdays, he's done all the players' characters, their own personal chibi tokens, and he did the cover for their campaign art, which is super, super, super cool. And when we do our Kickstarter, he'll be doing artwork for it as well. So yeah. Non-sponsors, but we use them anyway. Escape, amazing. When I go speak to them this weekend, they will be sponsoring us, otherwise we'll beat them into the ground, or just like be really nice and talk nerdy stuff with them. Cheers, Dwarf Warrior. 8 months, Mother Kippers. Boom. It's definitely got to be a t-shirt, Mother Kippers. So, go check out Sunscape. If you use music in your games, or you want to use music in your games and sound sets and such, and you manage to play around the table because you're extremely lucky and great, you can do it on your PC, your laptop, your tablet, your phone, a Bluetooth device, etc. And you've got your Dragonfire and Demon Fights and Magic Circles and Streets, Busy Market, Storms, all that good stuff. Wind in the Elven Forests. Go check them out, they're super cool. And if you play it online like we do, your mates can download a web player app. You host the game, you play the song, the tune, the music, the ambience, whatever you want. It comes through, boom, everyone can hear it. It's amazing, wonderful. Maps that we are using for our battle maps and such for this campaign. It's 2 Minute Tabletop. So go check out 2 Minute Tabletop. It's an Australian lad, does loads of hand sketch stuff. It's all super cool. Myself and Eduardo have bought loads and loads of it. The signature smile of Velk there. Edward. So yeah, go check out 2 Minute Tabletop. They're super cool. Not a sponsor, but are brilliant. And show them a lot of love if you use them. And let them know that we sent you, because, you know, they might sponsor us. The map in the bottom corner of Vittoria is actually made with Incarnate. Go check out Incarnate. Again, not a sponsor, but they're super cool. I make lots of Colossian maps using Incarnate. Really, really cool piece of software to map make. If you go to DM's Guild and you put in Tasha's Heavier Crockpot of Bits and Bobs, you'll see our first release, so like a year and a half, maybe more ago. Loads of nerds came together. They wrote a lot of 5e stuff, spells and subclasses and feats and stuff like this. And yeah, it's got loads of cool artwork in there as well, so go buy that. 200 plus copies sold. You know, we're nearly so close to buying a Heavyweight HQ. You can also check out Frank and Kenzie's Tradesfolk Compendium, which is the one we released a couple of months ago. Again, a lot of nerds came together, united, you know, Earth, Fire, Wind, Air, Heart, Captain Nerd is a go-go. But yeah, go check them out. $12.95, DM's Guild, go. Just go buy it. It's an absolute beautiful piece of creativity put together by a lot of people. It's a nice little homage to the small businesses that, and, you know, favourite sponsors, friends of the stream. There's little Easter eggs in there. Everyone that's basically given us a nod and said hi and a follow and do some cool nerdy stuff along the way. So yeah, go check out them. I normally need Melia to go. Don't forget this. Right, the 3 day. What are we on? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Some days of the week. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is the UK Games Expo. Myself and Eduardo will do the charity stream in a minute. UK Games Expo is from the 3rd and 5th of June, which is this coming weekend. It's at Birmingham, NEC, and myself, Heavy, and Eduardo, Mr. Valentine, we'll be sharing a table with Bardic Inspiration UK, which are amazing people, shouting all about things, you know, like the HWG stuff, all our RPG plans, our charity streams, our campaigns, whatever else we got going on, all our world building. Come and say hi, have an eye, monkey face! Go check out the site. You can speak to Bardic Inspiration about nerdy stuff. You could buy their dice jails, their dice bags, their scented candles, some crazy cool stuff. Me and Eddie will be sat on the end of that table, just like sharing a stool with a Dungeon Master screen, just shouting nerd at everyone that walks past. Right? So come and talk to us about that. On the Saturday at 3:30 till 4:30 in the Meeple room, you can check it out on the site. I will be doing a world building panel, which is me shouting, me and my mates write stuff down and put it in the same world. This is how you could do it too. Da-da! And we'll try and throw in some one-liners, and you might get a bit of heckling from the crowd. But yeah, come and ask some questions if you've got them. Q&A away, and I'll just talk to you about how the nerds around me encouraged me and inspired me to build more worldy stuff. So yeah, and that's that. We do have a con in August, but we'll talk about that after this weekend. We're going to concentrate on this one. And the thing directly after this is, if you scroll just up in the chat, we've got a charity stream for Jerry Green Dog Rescue. Operates 4 centres across 3 counties. Their centres are in Lincolnshire, Yorkshire and Nottinghamshire. They work out to rescue, care for and rehome stray, abandoned and unwanted dogs, and they help them find their forever homes. Myself, Eddie, and a couple of other friends of the stream and stuff that you may have seen before or have known for a long time, we're all getting together. We're going to do a 24-hour stream set in Colossus, dungeon mastered by Eduardo for the first time in his life. So if you've got a few quid, please throw it, follow the link, throw it in, and we'll throw it at Jerry Green's. If you don't have any money but your mate next to you does, take it off them and donate on their behalf. Easy. Right.
Can't wait to see your got.
Yeah. With 2 fostered dogs that got kicked out. Right, so what are we at now? Bits? Just the bits now, innit? If folk want to donate bits at this lot, feel free. Every 200 bits that gets donated, they get a reroll. They can't use them on death saving throws. They can't roll them over to next week. They can't use them on the Dungeon Masters rolls. So yeah, they've got to use them tonight, and there's no cap. So as many as you want to donate, feel free. We will happily take your money. I'm just saying, like, we are there for you. We are there for you. Do you feel sorry for the adventurers? Monkey face! Donate 200 bits, cheers, to give a party reroll. The cap used on the DM or death saving throws. They don't roll over the following week, but there is no longer a cap. Heavy W8 reroll, heavy W8 monkey for some reason. I don't know why that's on the thing. If you are absolutely devastatingly evil or a big fan of screwing over the party, you know, fine man. If you donate 500 bits, I get a reroll and I'll use it however I see fit. Usually just a dick moment every now and then. But yes, like making somebody fall off a cliff on a DC 10, which was inspiring in itself. Anything else? Or forever hold your peace. Cool. Let's get some music going.
I managed to finish my entire curry whilst you were doing that spiel.
Cool. Was
So
it?
while you were doing that spiel, I've mostly finished uploading to Anchor, and it'll be up in the next 2 minutes for the last week's episode.
Cool.
Long speech.
Speaking of podcast, you didn't talk about the podcast.
Yeah, it's true.
We've got a podcast. Go to Spotify, type in Heavyweight RPG, and you'll find 2 or 3. One's for the Fables Among Titans on a Tuesday. One is for tonight's When Glory Is Not Enough. I think you can also go there and type in, is it Dice of the Beholder Needham?
Dice the Beholder or Chronicles of Needham. Either
There you
one
go.
work. And very soon I will start uploading Carbon as well.
Ah, yeah, the Sweet Shop campaign. I can't press W for my Shrek hands. There we go. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
I can.
If you are using Surenscape, there is a nice search functionality.
Only if you can type,
I can type, just not very well.
not W's.
Not W's. They're too close to the Q's.
North, south, east, and est.
Who types a compass? Right, so hopefully you can hear that chat. It is on the same mixer as the players, so if it is too loud, please let me know. OnlyFans, for crying out loud, Ree. Not yet. There is actually a heavyweight OnlyFans account, by the way. That's,
if I keep saying it, like if I keep putting it out into the universe,
the account's there.
maybe the
You just need to
universe
wait for
will
the video.
reward me with it.
I think the account's there. Either that or I've just signed up to, Megan's Meatballs. I don't know what that is.
I was like, not me literally on OnlyFans looking for it.
Looking for it right now.
Right. Do. This is session 13.
Lucky for
We
some.
are in the town of Clei. You're there for the Feast of Stars, which apparently there is a patron for the feast every year. This festival is held, and they usually put a ton of wealth into it, so people can enjoy the Feast of the Stars and however they wish to, portray themselves. This particular year, the patron is Gluttonius, which is a dwarf that you have been tracking, apparently, from Buxy Bay. You're currently trying to discover a fair amount of more information on why these performances and sacrifices happened in Viconia and Ravenholm. Gluttonius is your current lead, so you've travelled to Clei to discover as much as you can, or just fly and headbutt the door and kill people. In Clei, the preparation for the Feast of Stars, there are tables all that have been laid out all through the town, down the streets. They're kind of as centre as they can to the paths, and you can see in the morning that you are there, folks of many establishments that cook food, whether it be hot foods, cold foods. All manner of food and drink has been paid for by Gluttonius and is just to be given away to anybody that wishes it. You can eat and drink as much as you see fit. But the food is being prepared for it to eventually be buffet styled out throughout the entire town on these tables that kind of make a spiralesque shape towards the centre of the town, where a larger table is positioned and a chunky chair for the patron. You discovered that the villa within Clei is usually there as like a guest house, but Gluttonius outright bought it and now owns the villa and is apparently in there now. Why is Discord telling me stuff? Let me turn Discord off so it doesn't annoy me. You discovered that Gluttonius, or I've been told that Gluttonius is currently up at the villa. Having a very brief look at the villa, you can see that it is, a very nice, pretty decently expensive household with some walls and a gate, because no one else can afford walls and gates. Before rushing into the villa, axes are swinging. I think only one of you has an axe. You went to the Two Marbles. These are two tavern/inns, the only two in Clei. They're quite big. They are separated by a small, elongated shed that you probably store barrels or other stock in there. You're currently going by the left marble and the right marble. Being in the left one, you got to see Buddy, a female Neroliath, a sea Goliath or sea giant. Currently putting up a candle chandelier. The right marble, you got to witness an arm wrestle between a Rhinotaur and another Neroliath. After Althea decided to whisper sweet nothings in the Rhinotaur's ear, causing him to lose, turns out that Bariaris, the Rhinotaur, and Althea are good friends. Good old sandy buddies. And the Water Neroliath went off showing off about their winnings. Althea asked for an arm wrestling match with the Neroliath, but Ias is going to see what he can check out. And I then can't remember where we left it. I think it was about there, wasn't it? So, the town is busy. People are getting ready. those of you in the right marble, where Althea's asked for the arm wrestle, who are the two in the left marble? Was it Etheria and you were? I know you were looking at
Faiz.
Blood, yeah?
Me,
It's
Faiz,
me.
and Beyond.
It
Etheria,
was me
Faiz,
and
and Bjorn.
Velk in the other one.
And you were Velk in the other. Where is Rhea?
Rhea was with FaZe and Etheria, I think.
Yes.
Oh, so it's
Most of the time, if I'm following anyone, it's probably
I
going to
think
be
it's
Faze.
me and Althea in one, everybody else in the other.
oh, were you not outside, Bjorn?
No, I went in after
Oh,
Ethereal.
okay. So left marble first. What are you all doing? So Etheria, FaZe, Bjorn, and Rhea. Other than watching the sea giant put up a chandelier.
I'm going to grab a drink and get a table, or at least attempt to.
I got a table. I was drinking tea and drawing and watching Buddy.
I'm going to sit with Etheria.
FaZe,
Yep.
Rhea.
I'd ordered a glass of wine for Rhea, quite a nice one.
You are brought the nicest of wines they have in Clay Eye.
Bit fruity though.
It is very fruity.
That's
Nutty.
fine then.
Nutty.
Lamprey.
Lambrini, yeah.
As I'm
With a
handing it
dash of
over,
blue WKD.
as I'm handing it over, I'm just going to go. No, I'll have one of those two. Yes, that's it. That's pretty much all we're doing while we work out what Althea and the others are doing when they come back.
Alright, Biggie, keep it to yourself. So, in the right marble, Althea and Velk. Whilst you are conversing, you have to bed this.
So, so with the Rhinotaur, so Althea's friend has just gone to
Speak with the
speak
other,
with the Neroliath
yeah, that they were
to
arm
set
wrestling
up
with. Arm
to
wrestle
set
for
up-
Althea, yeah.
that's cool.
Or at least ask if they're interested.
So I will go to Althea.
You turn, she's right there.
So I'll be like, Althea thinks winning in front of a crowd is a glorious thing, but a close moment with a friend can be a lot more impactful. And I will cast Enhance Ability to give her Bull's Strength, which
So, advantage on strength?
advantage on strength checks
Is it?
and doubling carrying capacity.
Does it advantage on athletics as well, or?
Yeah, because that counts as a strength check. Yeah.
Oh, right, I see.
Yeah.
Cool. Althea, you're just kind of like, I wonder if... Oi, whoa.
She looks at Velk and says, I don't. That wasn't 100% clear, but I feel. Thank you.
As you crush your can into your face.
Smash a glass.
Shit. This poor wine glass. Are you just waiting on the outcome, or are you doing anything else?
I'll waiting on the outcome, keeping like every so often sort of scanning the crowd and seeing if I recognise anyone else, seeing if there's anyone that's kind of looking at us, because I'm conscious that Glutonius might know that we're here at this point if we've been around and talking to people.
Give us a perception check.
That one.
Cool.
Yep.
For a brief moment, you lose Velk. But
Where's he gone?
I just waving it from the
Yeah.
base.
But then the rest of your time, you are, for the next 6 seconds or so, you concentrate on making
My
sure
eyes
your friend
closed.
Velk is really with you. For some reason, you blindfolded yourself. No one knows why, but we're going to go with
Just
it.
pulled my top up. But...
Yeah. Where's she gone? There she is. And while that's happening, Velk, you see a conversation happen between Batiatus and the Neroliath, and the Neroliath. Batiatus points back with his big rhino fingers towards you two, or at least in your direction. The Neroliath starts laughing and nods. Batiatus starts making his way back over, just in his loincloth and, scarred, leathery flesh. It's a big loincloth, you know what I mean? And he comes up, well, we got you it, so don't lose, Because I've kind of bet a few gold on yourself there, Althea. You look a bit buffer since last time I seen you 4 seconds ago.
Doing press-ups.
Yeah, well, don't lose, because I stand to make more than I lost. And as soon as you lost me it.
I mean, I was going to give it back after I won this, so I'm glad that, you put a bet on.
Well, part your ass. It'll be over in a minute.
Has he said what the wager is for the winner?
He's going to ask you when he gets here.
Okay.
Right, you lot, gather around him. And the Rhinosaur by ass just goes into the crowd and starts pushing people towards the table. Even those who didn't give a shit about the arm wrestling competition previously. He's like, watch this, watch. It's just pushing everyone around and kind of forces the majority of the tavern over to watch you, whether they like it or not. Over walks the Neroliath, like dead swaggery. Don't know who that was, but you just deafened me. They walk over with a bit of a swagger on and just sit where they were sat before, opposite Batiatus. You're in the chair that Batiatus were in, and just puts his arm on the air. Mute yourself if
That's
you're not
Tony.
talking.
God, Tony.
God damn it, man. I don't need beers anyway. They're overrated. So, puts his arm down, just slams it down. Doesn't like, but he just drops it heavily on the arm as if to say, come on now. And just puts his arm out. And you can see that, the blood of giants is definitely running through this humanoid in front of you. Sea blue skin, etc.
Althea's gonna take the hat, go to take it in an arm wrestling that, but she's gonna take it like that, kiss the hand, and then get ready and hold it as an arm wrestle.
Your hand or his?
No, his hand.
Wow.
Give me a intimidation check.
Why was I waiting for Althea to pull out a hand from a bag?
You've got bardic inspiration, by the way, to use at whatever point you want.
I'm not going to use it there. That's a 22, 19 plus 3.
Okay. So as you, he goes in and as soon as he grabs your hand, you can see immediately he cares not who his opponent is. He's kind of, I'm going to win this. I'm going to win this. And he grabs your hand quite tightly, and you just kiss him up backhand, and he sort of doesn't know, and you feel a slight relaxation in the hand, and then grips it again. But you can tell that since he's now, as soon as he released that ever split second, you adjusted your hand ever so slightly, just to give you a tiny edge, and he regrips it. And you can see there's a bit of discomfort in the way he's trying to position his hand, and you're just not letting him reposition his hand. Should have fallen for the kiss stick.
Gripping it like a squirrel.
Oh God, his fingers break. And and he's looking at you. Well, Batiatus says you're somewhat of a gladiator. And he's moving his arm around, trying to adjust it, and you're just somewhat of a gladiator. Fall in the sands, did you not?
Batiatus would be right.
So, how much should we? You move over a little bit, just.
She's just staying still, looking at him directly.
It's vain, Thank you, Bardic. So how much?
10 gold
To the winner?
to the winner.
But you can see you notice that he's behind you. He kind of takes up a bit of space. And he's just nodding at the CJ. Yeah, just so excited. Big scar across his face, just makes his grin look all Joker-esque. He's well, no time like the present. Batiatus walks round. I'll do the honors. Puts his big rhino mitt on both of your hands. And even though you're arm wrestling a sea giant, there's definitely a build discrepancy between the three of you. The giant is tall and broad. Batiatus is all of the area mass. And you are the most athletic thing these two have seen in a very long time. Grip starts and he puts his rhino mitts on the hand. Right. You ready, Queen of the Sands? And Agron, whatever your name is. 3, 2.
Give him a wink.
1, go! And he releases his hand, and you both strain immediately. Now, at first, you're like, well, I'm a gladiator, and, Velt's enhanced me with both. Motherfucker, he's a giant. He's strong! He's strong! So, can you give me an athletics check? Don't forget you've got Bardic Inspiration.
An advantage.
AD at some point as they are doing it.
You turn into one of your 7 team characters.
No, so I would like to use. So as he's doing it, I'd be like, they're going or whatever. I'll say something like, "The crowd look on, cheering for Althea and looking at the giant with questioning eyes," or something like that. And then I'll use cutting words to subtract, because I can do it on an ability check, I think. Yes.
I was going to say, double check that.
I'm pretty sure I can. It said I could. Wait,
Motherfucker's getting all the magic.
There's a bonus action other than so a creature other than yourself within 60 feet. Oh no, sorry, I got really wrong. As a reaction, when a creature that is not immune to being charmed, you can see within 60 feet makes an attack roll, ability check, or damage roll, so it can be. Yeah.
Okay.
You can expend. Yeah, we'll subtract the number from the creature's roll. So.
Is it automatic, a save, or anything like that?
Just subtract it.
Okay, cool.
So.
Athletics check
I'm not
Althea with a Bardic
I'm not going to feel like I
Inspiration,
actually win.
That is a subtract of 3.
Subtract of 3.
So I'm rolling this with advantage, and I have a
With
D8 if I need
advantage,
it.
and is it
D8.
D8 yet or D6?
D6.
D6.
D6 if I need it.
Yeah, D8 not yet. Subtract of 3, did you say?
Yeah, 3.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to use the D6 just to be nice. That's 21.
Okay.
I've got 12 plus 7 plus 2.
Okay. So you're locked in, and as I say, slightly taken off guard. You were very, very confident, as all warriors of the arena should be. But you've come up against strong fighters before, and fast fighters, and ambi or large weapon. You've seen it all.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as it goes, his arm immediately and pulls your arm down to the right, and you are just like, holy shit. And you start just focusing. You bring it in, your arm strains. There are a few, like those that weren't really interested are now seeing, you are a very athletic warrior before them, but this is a sea giant. You're right, love. And now everyone around, like, you can hear Velk whisper these words out into the crowd, loud enough for everyone to hear, but still softly spoken. And Batiatus is like, yeah, that's it, break his arm! And he's like screaming at you. And for some reason he goes round and he gets right in the giant's face. He's like, she's going to ruin you. And he gets round to your face, and he's just as distracted to you as he is the sea giant, going, don't let him win! And he's screaming in your face. And you're like, you just fuck off. And as you continue your arm wrestle, he's taking your arm all the way down, all the way, and you are like, this is, even you are aware of when you're hitting a personal best in the arena, and your arm's getting pulled, and you feel the strain on the bone within your forearm, and then you just hear the words of Velk just kind of float past, and as the sea giant on the other side is like, yeah, just really, like, big smile on his face. You're going down, little Sandy! And as he gets his arm, he's like, ugh. And his arm starts coming back up. And he don't understand what's going on. And you're just like, whistling away. Batiatus is screaming his head off. He goes to jump onto a table nearby and just crushes the table. Don't worry, I'll pay for all my winnings. Go on, Sandy! And he's shouting and screaming in your face, and he's now pushing people out the way. He's gone full football hooligan. He's running around the fingers. Your arm is just, I mean, you are straining. Like, this is everything you've had. You don't ever remember having to put this much effort into an action in your life. And you're pulling the sea giant's arm closer and closer, Victor. And this sea giant, you can see him sweating. Starts panicking now. It might be sweat. He's a water giant. It might just be his natural, but
Natural moisture.
Natural moisture. But it's running a lot faster than it was 30 seconds ago. And his arm goes down and down and down. Boom. Back of his hand touches the table. Victory to Althea, Queen of the Sands. Batiatus goes absolutely bananas. Like, he's running around, full on, like, rhino shoulder charging people out the way. There's people just diving out the way. Velk is dancing in between the legs of people as they run around. the sea giant Agron is just like, what?
Can I wink at him as as the hand goes down? Just
He's just staring at his hand like it's betrayed him on the table. Like he won't even raise it. Do you know what I mean? It's just, what? I don't understand what happened. How did you? That's not. Well done, Queen of the Sands. He's staring at his hand and he reaches down and he puts a pouch, 10 gold. But as that pouch touches the table, it's right next to Agron. That's right, Agron. I'm the rest, lad. And he pulls out another pouch, and this one there's a bitter taste in the sea giant's mouth as it just shoves the little sack over to her. But well done, Queenie. Well done. Drinks are on me! And then everyone's like, yeah, they're free anyway. Well, they're still on me. Let's go. And like, a load of them rush to the bar, and you just see Agron just sat there again. He's put the gold in front of his at the table, staring at his hand like it's died.
I'm going to take his hand and shake it. And
he uses the other one. He's not willing to risk.
Crush it. And say, that was, the hardest arm wrestle I've ever had. You should be very proud of yourself. What's your name?
Agron. And, yes, it was difficult.
Do you live in Playa Agro? Are you visiting for the festival?
I live here. We fish down at the coast, on the beach.
Will you be in attendance at the festival this evening?
Yes, me and my folk will be bringing as much fish as we can catch. Plutonius has already paid for our services.
What do you think of Plutonius?
Short.
Huh?
Short.
Short. I'm sure you think that about
a little bit up themselves.
Do you think that comes with having this much wealth, or is it something else?
Definitely. I've never seen more than a gold coin or two, and they've bought a villa, they've paid for the entire town to eat and drink. Most patrons throw a bit of coin around, but there's showing off, and then there's showing off.
Can I ask, when Plutonius paid you for your fish and the food, does she pay you with gold? You have the physical gold.
Yes.
You're
holding some of it.
Is this money from the money that you're paid by Plutonius?
Yes, I don't. As I say, I don't normally. We fish, we trade amongst ourselves in Clare. Like, coin's not overly important. Only when we are buying from outside the town. But most of the town comes together. We come together usually.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing you later.
Anytime.
And then I'll turn away, and say to Belk, mate, is there any way that you would be able to tell if this money is real? I'm not worried about it for my sake, but this is money from Plutonius, and I don't know how someone could transport and have this much wealth if she's paid every single person here in gold, if she's bought a villa with gold. Where's it coming from?
I just hold out my hand.
I'll just put the pouch in his hand.
Feels like it's got several coins in it.
I would. Okay. Althea thinks now might be time to meet up with the rest of the group.
I'll take a gold coin out of my pouch that I got, that I've had for ages, and so this definitely, as far as I know, isn't from Plutonius. So if you need to use it as a frame of reference, this is this is definitely real. I've had this before I met you guys, so maybe looking at both of them side by side might help.
There's no one else in the world does fake coins.
Yeah, this one is real.
Yeah.
Then I'll walk out with Belk, I assume, to the other marble.
The other marble.
Other marble. I don't know if we're in the left or the right.
You're in the right. So over to the left marble. Buddy has finished putting the candle chandelier up and is now mingling with the patrons, customers, those are out for a freebie, and it's just generally speaking to folk, smile on her face. Every now and then, pushes her, white seafoam hair out the way, but it's quite, mingly with the customers. And the two lads behind the bar are just racing up and down, giving as much free booze as they can. Cool. 10 minutes pass.
I'll take booze as they pass. Finishing one, take another.
Every time you see a tray go past, you think you see Leo, and then just have a little moment. And, he's not here. He's not here. Doors open and in walks Velk and Althea. Althea, how long does it last, Velk? Ball strength?
Last concentration. An hour.
An hour. Have you dropped it?
No.
Althea looking hench. I mean, she
Just
looked
a bit
hench
more
anyway, but she
defined.
is. She had at least 50 grams of whey protein on the way over here. On the way.
From the other marble.
From the
Way.
other marble.
On the way.
Don't know
west.
what they're serving in the marble, but
Protein shakes.
yeah.
Did you bench press the marble? You look bigger than normal.
Your arm is a little bit tight.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure those veins weren't there before.
I mean, look at them.
Althea's just standing there awkwardly, like.
Well, you won't stop undressing me with your eyes.
Yo,
I'm
my
a person here.
My perception is +6. I'm noticing everything.
I'm a real person with thoughts and feelings, guys.
You're
Yeah,
a piece of meat,
but you're
except
also-
Alfie.
You're also noticeably more
Bigger.
strong.
More
Strong.
Maybe. You look
yes.
it. You look good.
Thank you.
Thank
You.
So, anything interesting happen?
Velk and I beat a Neraliath in an arm wrestle.
Velk beat someone in an arm wrestle. I'm
One of the
looking at tiny
locals-
Velk.
I
one of
look
the
down at him.
locals looks down
I
at
am
Velk.
not explaining further.
I just smile.
He's a
I love the
big
fact that you
beast.
look up and smile.
Yeah, he is crazy.
I do not think that Velk could beat baby Neraliath in
You weren't there,
wrestle.
mate. You weren't there.
Don't know, man. You weren't there.
I think some
Looking at
of
our
this,
feelings.
I think some of this perhaps is an untruth.
I'm gonna hold out my hand to Velk, as if to take it. Like gesturing for Velk to take her hand.
I just put my hand there.
And then Althea's gonna go, ah!
Have a performance check.
Performance. Oh, +3. That's an unnatural 20.
Oh. Shit the bed. Velk's got some game, you know what I mean?
Freya shits herself.
Velk is definitely a dark horse when it comes to the powerhouse of the world, strength regime spot.
Suddenly Rhea is very, very aware of her very light, fragile bones.
You're fine, Raya. If you're saying like,
I literally have gone from smiling up at you guys to like now smiling at the floor.
Deep down, even Velk's like, I did not know I could do that. Checking through his books, I don't remember that shit.
on that slightly odd note, what exactly is our plan? So we're just going to lurk around until this evening, and then watch people eat, but probably not eat the food because we don't trust it.
Have we not already eaten some of the food?
That wasn't stuff made by Gluttonius or put on specifically by Gluttonius. This was made by the.
But it was all bought.
It was
by
bought by
was.
Gluttonius.
Exactly, so
Oh.
it was done by
I do not think Glutonius is actually making any of the food for this evening.
I think it's only when Glutonius is present, maybe, that they're little.
Didn't you
I've
have
got that much
you
money? I
almost
really
had
don't
that
think they're cooking.
like interaction with Bjorn where you couldn't stop eating?
Yeah. I think it was in Glutonius's presence, though, that happened.
That would need to be incredibly powerful magics for it to affect the whole of the town.
Wait, do you not remember that happening?
Yes, I remember.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
just being able to show it to more than one person. It would have to be incredibly.
The question is, right, why? Why is Glutonius doing this? Most people who accrue wealth don't cavalierly throw it away.
On that note,
Money laundering.
well, Velk and I have some of the gold that Glutonius. So when we won the arm wrestle, we had a wager, and the loser paid us. And these coins apparently have come directly from Glutonius, and I think it might be worth just because why not? Just making sure they're real, because I honestly don't know how someone can accrue such wealth to pay so much towards one town. Like, this is even all she does. This is like a weekend for her. Like, she goes off and does other things. This isn't all her money. She just has a holiday home in Clay Eye. And like, where's it coming from? If it's not being, if she's not magically creating it, we already know she possesses magic. Maybe she's just making it and spending it. She can't possibly be carrying it around with her.
So I got
to say just quickly on that note, I'd have jumped up on the table and started identifying. So I'd have put like the coin next to each other.
Yep.
My book would be skirting around.
You ritual in it, yeah?
Yeah.
After your 10 minutes passes, interject when you see fit, but it's real. It's legit coinage.
It is.
I have rooms if Belk's going to do some magic. I got us 2 rooms, I think. I vaguely remember doing that.
You did get rooms.
10 minutes ago. So
it's been a busy 10 minutes.
Where is the coin from? Can I have a look?
I'll pass another one out of the pouch and say it was it belonged to Agro and their Elias that I arm wrestled. Agron, sorry. He was paid by Plutonius for some fish for the feast.
Sorry, I apologize. I meant where is the coin from? Is it?
The face of the coin.
And I'm just gonna study it. Is it a Taurian?
It looks it.
Foreign.
It looks a Taurian.
And they're all the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what? So either the coins are fake and she is creating them somehow, or she's got them from somewhere, or they're real and she has got them from somewhere. Like, how does one, like you say, accrue this much wealth?
Eating competitions?
Yeah, but like, she's bought a villa and it's not even her prime place of residence.
Well,
like, she has fed a whole town for like a long weekend.
Althea,
Born into it. Sorry.
She's being paid, right? I assume if she's organising the murder of helpless children, amongst other things, and there was that link to Everdark. I'm assuming that there was a client, perhaps, which is what I want to find out from Plutonius, who paid for the crime to be committed. I suspect it's quite valuable business.
This is true, but it just confuses me that the actual physical amount of money that she must have transported here, and where she's like in that villa, there must be sacks of gold that she's using to paper, but or she's already distributed them amongst the people. But like, I think maybe we need to ask maybe how she arrived. Like, did she arrive with like a caravan full of money? I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me.
There are like bottomless bags, right? They exist. That's the thing. Why would she need a caravan? Why wouldn't she just have even one of those?
Even that in my experience, or from what I've heard from Remy, these bottomless bags aren't completely bottomless. They have a size limit, and the amount of gold that it would have taken to buy that villa and pay everyone in this town.
Fairs, give me an Arcana check.
Do we know that she's paid in actual gold coinage? Maybe she's paid in like some kind of writ or something like that,
The Neralive said that everyone was paid with coin.
An arcana check, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very exciting arcana check. It's not as bad as I thought. It's 13.
13. You don't know any details around it, but you're from the House of the Forged. They're like the best crafters in the world, or so it's claimed to be. Their reputation is definitely strong enough that some folk would believe that. Competitors-wise, you've never met any, but their reputation in the House of the Forged is ridiculous. As far as bottomless pits that are limited, there is claim amongst the House of the Forged that they managed to create a chest that was indeed limitless on what it could hold. You've never seen it, but you have heard of such things.
And I'll relay that information. It's entirely possible she wouldn't need a caravan to transport vast quantities of gold. It could be done just with a relatively innocuous item that has been converted. But if she is being paid such a lot of money, I don't really understand the purpose of this. We really do need to speak to her, I think, at the very least, to find out more.
This could be like a cover, like a distraction. They might be in Clay to do something else. Her people that we're after, that you had that unfortunate interaction with, could be here. I don't know how else to put it.
I enjoyed the assembly. We really want to wait till tonight to speak to her. I know it's the most, the least suspicious way forward. Dude, I know it's the least suspicious way forward, but I'm worried that we're going to miss something by waiting.
What if the meal is when they will strike?
That's what I'm thinking. But wouldn't it be nice to know what they're striking? If there is such a strike to happen?
I mean, there is no rhyme or reason as to why they have, that you can think of, as to why they would murder all of these people all around Colossus. Perhaps it is for a sacrifice?
Children, there was no ritual element to it that I can remember. I know my memory's lucky. I know my memory's fuzzy on the subject, but not of the actual event itself. There was no ritualistic element to it that I noticed.
Etheria thinks about how bad people would probably cover up their bad deeds by doing seemingly good things and paying with it with real coin.
I did just have a thought. Perhaps it is some kind of cover. She wants to appear more benevolent than she really is.
Point.
A thumbs up to Velk.
I'll slide the 2 coins over as I'm saying real coin. I'll slide them both over.
Okay.
It's one small town. Who's she convincing? Why does it matter to convince these people that she's nice? I don't understand.
Maybe she needs, if she's bought the villa, maybe she needs a haven.
It will spread further than the town, though. Buxy Bay is well aware of the feast here and stuff like that. Maybe the surrounding towns. She could have something else here too, underneath the goodness that she's apparently doing.
Well, there was in Buxy Bay when we were at the Ectelio's guild house, that Fae creature there was an attempted assassination during a big party that Excelio threw. Like, is there someone here that they would need the cover of a crowd and a party to dispatch? And you know, Clutonius is putting on this party while she's hired other people, you know, people that she may not be directly connected to her, to do this job for her.
From then, why don't we go and properly survey the feast area and choose some strategic positions to sit this evening, where we can watch as much of the feast as possible. I would suggest not eating anything that's actually in front of you. Antonius is there.
I'll catch up with the rest of you. That Neraliath I spoke to, that Belk and I arm wrestled. It was a team thing. I'm going with it being a team thing. He didn't seem. I don't know. I got an aura or a suspect that he wasn't a massive fan of Glutonia's. I think he likes her coin, but he said she was like poncy. So maybe he would be willing to give all a bit of information or something. If there are people of note in the town attending, if there's people that would likely come with a guard, I don't know.
There you go. I'm going to go and try and buy a cloak that I can actually cover my face with, or at least partially cover my face with.
That's a good idea. I think we should all do the same.
Just try and be a bit less this.
I'll give the rest of the 10 gold that was like the coin that Velk had, and give it to FaZe and say like if anyone else needs anything to cover themselves, and she'll look at like Etheria, Rhea, and FaZe. So they
Change that.
so they don't
Change
stand
that.
out. Yeah. You might need some new clothes, maybe with the hoods and long sleeves. Put this towards it. Use this.
Yeah, but to unless Etheria.
How much gold's in the?
10 gold.
Like I pushed one of them, and then the other one, like the one you.
Oh right, yeah.
Two
So,
of them I pushed towards Etheria. So.
okay, 9 gold, and then Etheria's got 2.
8 Etherea's gold.
So
No, the 11th is from my pocket, so you've got 11.
you offer a bit of a disguise shop.
I think so. If that's okay.
Well, anyone going with it, or?
No.
I'm going to the other marble, and then I'll catch up with them.
I'm going to just turn my prayer and go, no one's asking you to hide how beautiful you are. You can sit on a roof. You'll be fine. But
No
for the
one's
rest of
asking you
us-
to hide how beautiful you are. However, if you want to sit on a roof out the way,
You're very distinctive, right?
You've got 2 options: roof or hood.
Roof.
I thought you'd prefer the roof or a tree, but I don't think there's trees in the town square. I'm going
there
to.
are small trees. They're not like great forest trees, but
Yes, it was
Imagine
all
Rhea
right.
will definitely be spotted sat in the
Rhea
tree.
perched on top of a shrub.
That's what I'm picturing, just being like, hello.
Ray with a
Chopping
foot on a
strawberries.
bonsai tree.
Getting flashbacks to a time when a certain rogue decided to climb the side of
We
a
don't speak about the rogue, all right?
midday.
I need a better look. What are you going to do? I'll climb this building. Okay. So,
Assassin's Creed.
Fizz, you go out into the market area. Althea, you're off over to the right marble, yeah? Oh, look, your
Yeah, so
celestial
I've had
nature's coming from.
the lights on now. So, yes, I am.
Ow.
I will follow
Turn
Phase
that
as well.
off.
There we go. What, are you following, Volk?
Phase.
Cool. So,
I'm going to go
Etheria-
with FaZe as well.
There we go. Etheria, you're in the pub with Rhea at the minute. Unless Rhea's suddenly fallen off to the roof somewhere.
Inside? No.
Heading with Fez to cloak shopping.
Rhea? Cool. So 5 of you go shopping for Faz's cloak. You're-
And Etherea's.
And Etheria's. You're in the market square. It's easy to find. There are multiple stalls and such, and small buildings being used as shop fronts for minor garments and such. It is it's not purely a fishing town, but there is a lot of it's easy access because they don't use themselves as a port, so the fish don't get disturbed, so they can fish off the coast quite easily. And there are garments like cloaks and such that they would likely wear during the night and such. So it'll cost you maybe 2 silver each for a cloak that you feel comfortable enough you could pull over to hide whatever features you're trying to hide.
Anyway,
It wouldn't necessarily be a disguise, but it would increase the difficulty of someone trying to perceive you.
are there any red cloaks?
Yes,
Can I have a red one?
you can.
Gonna buy a cloak and buy it in bright red.
I
Yes.
mean, she is a cleric and she's sticking by that church, even when incognito.
All I need to do is cover my face.
Nice.
Tony, if you say, "Is there a pink one?" I swear to God.
There's a pink one that says "Not Dragonborn" on the back of it.
Is it sparkles?
This is not the
Obviously.
Dragonborn you're looking
Yeah.
for.
Is it just covered in rose quartz?
Are you after a particular cloak, Ethereum?
Just a dark one that's big enough to cover my massive dragonborn crystal.
Crystal,
And-
bonnet going on. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Looks like the hood's permanently just filled. Yeah, it's easy enough to buy a larger sized hood for yourself.
so
Vel-
does this make me less conspicuous, really?
I mean, there's less pink and more head. Oui. Velk, Rhea, and Bjorn. While these two are buying beautiful fishing cloaks, what are you three doing?
Seeing Faze buy a red cloak.
Walk away.
No. I'll find a red bow tie, pick it up, and just like slide 2 silver coins onto the
You buy a bow tie.
counter. It's like a little red bow tie.
So they don't sell bow ties in this fishing town.
We're
However,
going to prom.
However, they do sell strips of cloth and such that folk would, some just use as decoration around their wrist, or
Hankies.
some of them are thicker to be around. They're definitely not hankies. Some of them are thick enough that they could make a hanky,
I'll take one of them.
but there is definitely enough that you could fashion a bow tie.
Fashion a bow tie. Yeah. Okay. I'll
I've got
do
to say,
that.
the most important question that we haven't asked: do they sell ponchos?
They do, but they're in a slightly different measurement. It's like imperial metric, so confuses you a little bit.
Not
While these lot
appreciating
are
that.
doing whatever they're doing, Althea,
As I'm doing it though, I'll slide the 2 silver, and I'll kind of just briefly look at the.
they give
shop
you a
owner.
silver back.
I'll walk off.
Quick run! He's been robbed. Bjorn, you buying a thong?
No, I'm
Oh,
gonna be
Please
looking
buy a
around
thong.
the town, looking at the crowd, seeing again if there's anyone there that I recognise from the descriptions.
Give me a
of the
perception
people we're
check.
looking for. Nice.
Nice 7.
No. 19.
You, from where the villa was before, when you were kind of just having a scoot around, and it goes up a bit of a hill towards where the villa's situated. Like, it's still quite busy and compact with the buildings and such that are around there. Like, there's no, stay away from the villa. Everything's right up to where it needs to be. There's no what's the word?
Cordoned off area.
Yeah, there's no cornered off areas. But near one of the baker stalls, near the villa, there is a lithe-looking figure. Their hair is kind of pulled really tight back. You can see the long, pointed ears. Maybe an elf, but there's plenty of folk out there that have long, pointed ears. Not so many humans. But they have long pointed ears that go like maybe a foot and a half all the way back. Same sort of skin tone as the locals of Vitoria, spending all day in the sun. They've got that darker complexion to them. They are not of the tundras like yourself. Not a hair on their face, it would seem. Got a youthfulness about them, but they're not in armour. They seem to have maybe a small knife on their belt, but they're leaning against the building of the bakers, not interested at all about people walking past them or anything, and they are looking at the market area. Not necessarily at you or at any of you, but they're looking in like your direction enough to notice that they're looking towards you and you're looking towards them. They're maybe 250 feet away from where you are at this little cloak store across the market up the hill a bit, but they're definitely looking down upon the market area.
Okay.
Just in a tunic that goes to the knees, just casually clothed.
Just keep an eye on them for now then. and watch what they do, see whether they're like clocking the crowd, if they're looking at faces or like, you know, coin purses. Are they just scouting for as a pickpocket, or, you know, just keeping an eye?
They're definitely
trying to discern
looking
in their behaviour?
more of a surveying than targeted looking, with what you would notice.
Okay.
Similar to yourself.
Okay.
Althea, you see this lot wander off into the market area, and you head over to the right marble, not the wrong one. You walk in. Borealis is at the bar, surrounded by people regaling tales of his heroics on the sands and how he's never lost, apart from that one time. Apart from the one time, comes up quite a lot in his stories. But he's got a tale for every scar on his back, his shoulder, the one across his face. And again, you've probably heard the same scar in different stories multiple times. There's more entertainment than ego to his stories. And you kind of have a little cheeky smile when you walk in, bit of flashback, bit of nostalgia, and you can see Agron talking to a few folk off to the side. He seems to be, he's got like quite a large fishing net just on the table, and he seems to be repairing it as it's just on there. And there's a few more. There's maybe 2 more Neraliaths sat round him. Their hair short in the the fashion of Atoria. They're fisher folk. So they're just kind of, they dominate that area, these 3 sea giants, or sea giant blooded, so to say. And they're kind of just chinwagging away, and people are just enjoying a drink and such. What is your destination?
I will approach Agwad with the 3 Neralives and sort of get into his eye line. Like, I don't want to approach and interrupt. I just want to get so that he can see me and just be like,
easily done. You kind of just pass towards the back, and you can see them conversing. You can hear them speaking in a different language. It's quite deep, and it sounds. And every now and then, it sounds like if you put a shell to your ear, it's kind of got that sort of twist into the deep growls. And he sees you, just gestures to them both, and pushes the fishing net over to them too. They look quite young. I wouldn't say childlike, but they're definitely young Neralife. And he comes over. Hello again, Althea. Everything okay?
Yes,
just
yes.
Hides his arm in shame.
Yes, at the moment. Something I forgot to ask when I was here last. That we're in town for the feast. Do you know if there's any other, like, is it common for, like, people of note, like local celebrities or nobility, to attend the feast? How popular is it?
It varies year from year. We've had Buxy Bay is the main pull for the Festival of Birth, and then the Festival of Feast is very much a indulgent affair. We've had folk of note before. Many folk like yourselves of the Sands come here and take a break, I suppose. We've had some of the Order of the Ram Horn appear once or twice. Yeah.
Is there anyone this year attending specifically that you know of that would be considered, like I say, a person of note, a guest appearance?
Let me check my guest list.
Sounds so husky today.
Kind of hot, not gonna lie.
That's what I imagine Althea sounds like. So.
Give me a persuasion check.
Don't know why I built this character with charisma, but I did. Natural 20, 21. Ooh.
Now that you mention it, there was a gladiator that travelled with Batiatus. I've not seen them for maybe a day, but they travelled in, very well known in the northern arenas, or so they claim. I've never seen them fight, but they go by the name of Rathian, child of Angarus.
What do they? The name doesn't ring a bell, but what do they look like?
If I'm honest, a little bit like you. Their hair is fair like yours. They have a golden eyes, or at least maybe it was the sun. But they're of your build and physique, as it were. Although I'm still shocked of the strength you possess. I have the blood of giants, and I've never lost, even to Rhinotaurs. He kind of does a half smile.
Awkward laugh. They travelled in with Batiatus?
They came in with Batiatus. They you'll see them. They've got a tattoo of a mountain bear or some such across their like shoulder and chest. Only noticeable when the armor was off, but.
Would I recognise what would a bear have any significance to me?
Give me a history check.
8.
8. Nothing. I mean, lots of gladiators like cover themselves in symbology and try and make it like their brand, like behold the lone wolf and all this, and they, some will fight like clawed iron claws and stuff to like mimic that, or some will claim to be so beautiful that they may never take their mask off, and it's all about getting yourself noticed and that brand of.
Is a bear one of the 12?
The bear is not one of the 12.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I'll ask Batiatus about it. Is there anyone else that you can think of that would, be out of place and considered a celebrity guest this evening?
I wouldn't say a celebrity, but there's a few folk from the capital over. Come up from Buxy Bay. They've been here a couple of days. They're staying at the other marble. But
who are they? Sorry.
I do not know their names, but they are.
Okay.
They wear the robes of wealth, if you understand my meaning.
Okay, thank you. Like I say, I'm sure I'll see you later. If anything happens later, she pauses, like sort of not knowing how to phrase it. We're here for reasons of protecting people. If anything happens later, know that we're doing it, to protect people. We're working for the good guys, and I hope that we can rely on you.
There's a
She just gives him a little smile.
strange look on his face. Give me a persuasion check.
12.
12. Okay. Yeah.
And I'll turn away. Oh.
If you find
she
yourself
doesn't.
down on the beach, just holler. We'll be around.
Thank you. And I'm going to go and find Batiatus.
He is right there. Loving life.
Who's this other gladiator that you came in with?
And then I smashed his skull between my thigh. Other Rathian.
Yeah, who's that?
I don't know if you've ever met Rathian. Angry little bastard. Vicious. Child of Angerus. Do you remember Angerus?
Vaguely. What are they doing here?
Relaxing, so they say. They could do with it. Smile once in a while.
Where are they staying?
Up at the villa. Special guest of Gluttonius. Telling you, this Rathian's gonna go places.
Special guest of Plutonius.
Hell of a shield arm on him. Maybe. Paid for his travel.
Is this Rathian just a gladiator? What were they before? What
Only ever met them in the sands. You out the way. Let her through. And he pulls a stool over for you.
Do they have a reputation of any kind? Are they honourable?
They win. That is their reputation.
they? I'm kind of clicking it in. She just sort of goes like, Retonius's personal guard. Like, are they here to work or just here to partake?
I just know that Rothian was paid to come along. Special guest of Glatonius, patron of the Festival of Stars, yada yada yada.
Yeah, okay.
But Rothian's fought in the arenas, in Tophis, in the Colosseum itself.
I never got that far.
You were there. She was there. And looks around at everyone. And they all nod. Yeah.
Althea's like... okay, I need to go and rejoin my friends, but it's weird that they're staying at the... Yeah.
Not really. People with money always paying for us lot. I remember that time that Prince of Surut spent thousands of golds just to witness the ivory upon my face.
Yeah, but specifically, I don't know, we're inviting along a famed gladiator. I wasn't invited. You weren't invited or paid to be here. You're just here for free booze.
There's a lot of truth in that.
Okay, I'll be at the feast later. I'm sure you will be.
You're damn right. There's no one here going to out-eat by us.
I'll look out for you. Don't eat the food straight away. Don't be too drunk when you're there. We might need to be alert.
I promise, on my horn, to attempt to do everything you've just said.
That's all I would expect. And she's just going to give him a little kiss on the top of his head and leave.
He backs off. You get out of it. Go on. Be gone with you.
And I'll go and find the others.
Just like, there's a little shuffle into that. What are you looking at? Just points at some random. And then you hear him carrying on in his storytelling as you leave. What are you lot doing in the market?
I would like to look for...
Buying a matching berry?
Yes. I would like a
rock
really...
up and they're all wearing hats.
And a bow tie.
We've pinned a tiny top hat on top of Ethereus. Sorry. I really need to
Disguises, yeah? Disguises, not standing out.
No, after I've bought my cloak, I've put the hood up to try and be a bit more circumspect. And I'm looking for somewhere that would be a good place to lurk during the feast, where I'm not going to be super visible, but I'll be able to see as much of the market as I can.
Give an investigation check.
Thank you. Brian laughed at me. I thought that was a fairly sensible question.
I was just thinking, can I help the investigation check by just pointing out a really good place to look and look at the marketplace?
I think like the top of a building, like the sniper window, like not too far.
I mean, that'd be perfect.
There's a church tower.
Yeah.
Is there a grassy knoll?
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's just
18?
a knoll with a grassy wig. You got 18. So, having a look a quick. I mean, now you're completely invisible because you put your hood up in the middle of the day. You have a look around the place, and it turns out that the red, it's almost like camouflage as you stick to all the red shops, and you move your way through, and you do notice that because of the way, like, it's almost where the hills and the cliffs meet, there's a strange, like, terrain to the town. You can get in some of the stalls and where people live. Some people call them homes. They look down into the market square, not like straight over, like on top of a tower down, but they give you an element of height that you can look down into the market area. And there are several points, maybe 2 or 3, but all the streets are filled with tables that run. Imagine you bird's eye viewed this town and then just dotted tables along all the paths to the streets. It will be cramped. If everyone sat at them tables or everyone was walking to these tables, these streets would be filled with people. And you've got all the townsfolk, more and more folk have been arriving as you've been, and you notice this while you're investigating, that more and more folk are arriving. So you can imagine the feast will be quite chunky regarding the amount of people attending it. But you do manage to find a few places that you can look upon the market square.
When your tables look fancier, like they might be
towards the middle. Towards the middle. So imagine it's all like a broken spider's web that leads towards the middle, and the closer it gets to the middle, the more spiral-esque it gets into the market square itself. At the centre, where the spiral would kind of finish, there is a off-round table. Like, it's not perfectly round, but it's, you know, a large piece of wood that's got a circular shape to it. That is probably where, you know, the patron would sit. And there's a couple of like chairs and large, not thrones, but they ain't stools. They're proper chairs, decorated quite nicely. Nothing flash towards at this round table, or this off-round table.
And I've got, from where I found, I've got a good view.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, you don't need to be too high up, and you can see it. I mean, it'd still be pretty cramped with people, but you better pick people out for that.
Are people taking seats and stuff yet?
Nah, you late morning. Like,
We
you
got loads of
arrived
time.
there in the morning. You stayed out, if you remember, a couple of miles out, and then walked in the morning. So you haven't even hit lunchtime yet.
I'm going to drop back down and go. Oh, well, come back down and go and find my friends and point out the few places I found that could be useful. To lurk in. Unless anyone desperately wants to take part in the feast, of course, I would understand that.
I was thinking I'd probably sit somewhere nearish, not so much to take part, but just so I can see and listen and...
It makes sense.
But I'm wary of getting caught in if they do have spells.
I mean, it's possible. Yeah, I don't know, Etheria.
I do not know if it means anything, but as you look around the market and the town, everybody seems to be going about their business. The only ones who really would then look, I suppose, a bit suspect are us, because we are looking for very particular things. There is also that person. I kind of gesture towards the elf.
Do you gesture like that?
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
They are the only person who, apart from ourselves, who does not appear to be going about their business.
You are able to decipher Bjorn's code and do see
Although it is.
a young, long-eared humanoid up the hill near the villa.
Seem to be scouting the place like us.
I'm gonna head towards the elf.
Oh,
I thought
okay.
I thought that was my thing, but
You did your thing.
Can you let me know when I arrive?
You've arrived just as Etheria is walking away.
Etheria, I'm coming with Etheria.
I'll try after Etheria as well.
Faze
There's-
walks off,
I'm gonna
Velk
go
walks
too.
off, Bjorn walks off.
There's a very powerful gladiator in that villa. So we'll go.
I've seen his stats.
Yeah, I've seen his stats. He looks like me. He doesn't lose.
I'll show you a
Never
fucking
lost.
Echo Knight, motherfucker.
that's what I was
Swear to
thinking.
God,
As soon
80.
as you started describing it, it was like,
Yeah, as soon as it was, looks a bit like you, fair hair, golden eyes, smell good. Oh,
Turns out it's called Belthea Balinus.
yeah. Our Echonites are going to fight, and we're going to fight at the same time.
You have a brother.
Yeah,
Rhea
actually.
and Althea. So Althea, as you are approaching, only Rhea's left there, and the others have walked off.
Approach and stand next to Rhea. Be like, where are they going?
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't listening. Doing their thing.
vibing.
I'm more just trying to figure out which rooftop I'm going to sit on so people don't see me, but it seems like all of these rooftops are pretty much very visible, so I don't know how I'm going to hide.
I mean,
It looks like
they're not very pointy. There's not a lot of spires on them. They're just, ye olde terracotta roofing.
it looks
Yeah.
like they're going towards the villa. Rhea.
Althea's like, I fucking said this 10 minutes ago, and everyone's like, no!
They've gone without me. They've left me, and they've gone.
If we go into the villa, they're probably going to die because we are not prepared.
Well, there's a my friend told me there's a very powerful and strong gladiator staying with Glutonius in the villa. She paid them to come, and they've never lost. They're better than me. They fought in
So-
Tovis.
So what you're telling me is that they're definitely gonna die.
Yeah.
Okay,
They
cool.
just standing watching them get further away.
Althea took a lot from that description.
Well, no, they look like me. They've got golden eyes. They've got fair hair. A Taurian gladiator. Or Raffian.
Are your brother?
I have a brother, but as far as I know, he's back on the farm. And he's not called Raffian, so.
Yeah, but you know better than anyone. People use fake names. You don't even know if my name's actually Raya.
I'm just going to turn and look at her for a minute.
Three locals just look at the conversation and then turn back away from the conversation.
Yeah, I'm going to look at Raya and be like, yeah, true. And just walk after the others.
Raya also follows.
Cool.
Come on, not Raya.
While you're all following, we're going to call a break. Because it's 1:30-ish. Right, we're going to have a quick break. Have a look at the... there's a little video that happens during the break time about GSCon in Manchester. It's about me running a D&D one-shot for 8 to 10 people at a... well, it's a GSCon. Follow the link. It's super cool. If you're going to buy tickets and go there, it's in Manchester. You must remember that. Don't just buy a ticket and then realise you're miles away. If you use Emrys10, you'll get 10% off. Emrys plays on our Tuesday games. She streams as Emrys plays. Jade's absolutely quality. She's sponsoring the con itself. You'll get to meet her and she'll sign all your brows if you wanted to. So yeah, take care of yourselves and we'll be back in like 10 minutes ish. 10 minutes? Yeah, maybe 10 minutes.
Bye.
Break time. Hello. People. Right, folks, we're back allegedly. So, unfortunately, Hannah is not feeling very well, so she has disappeared, and but you know, she'll be right for next week. So, just before the break, you've bought a red hood. You've bought a very large hood to cover one's, rose quartz. Afro. Althea arm wrestled the sea giant.
And won.
Velk gave a great assist twice. Every fucking spell slot he's got for the day. Bjorn has noticed a young elven-like humanoid kind of surveying the market square, standing out more than others. There is mention of Rathian, child of Agarus. I might have just said my own fucking NPC. And Garrus. Rocking around, who apparently is the most powerful gladiator to ever walk the earth, according to a not jealous Althea. And,
but they look like me, so maybe I could get away with claiming some of that.
Batiatus is looking forward to an all-you-can-eat buffet. You all decided to, in single file apparently, walk towards the elf.
Completely inconspicuously. Doing the conga towards me.
As you, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Oh no! You lemmings your way towards the elf, and the young elf kind of leaning against the bakers clearly sees you all coming towards them.
Like a snake.
Yeah, just when you get closer, you just
weaving through the crowd.
Oh look, they are all staring at me after that guy pointed at me.
Beyond pointers, and then Etheria is pointing constantly as she walks.
As you approach, the young elf kind of adjusts themselves, but again remains leaning on the baker's building. Rests their hand on their dagger. They're just in a grey Atorian tunic. There's nothing flash about it. It covers like the upper chest and most of the down to the knees, just to keep the sun off the skin. They're barefoot. They have a not as thick and beefy athleticism as Althea, but they've probably done a fair amount of running or climbing or some such. They seem to be able to pull off a gun show, even if it is the mini guns. Hey, see what I did there? The mini guns. sorry, carry on. Give it to me, Eddie. Give it to me.
How close to the villa are they? Were they checking out the villa or the town? I missed that bit.
They were looking into the market area and surveying that area as Bjorn was doing the same thing, but from down here. So like Bjorn and this elf, they were surveying the area and just kind of caught each other's glance and then carried on. The elf was very subtle. I'll let you fill in the blanks.
Bjorn was even more subtle.
Set up a flare. Eldritch blast to the sky, and then that one.
As subtle as a lighthouse.
On fire.
Oh, that's horrible. I'm not muted.
No. Has he just got his? Is he naked?
No, he farted at me and wafted at me.
Oh, what a legend! He's a keeper. Give him some goalie gloves.
It's horrible.
I'm just going to approach the elf and just wave and say hi as I get close.
He nods. Hello.
Hi.
My
friend. A little, but I burn.
Aren't you? Okay.
It keeps the sun off, I guess.
It's good. Don't want to burn.
No.
These what were you? Just nods over his shoulder as
look over his shoulder.
We all break
coming into the train station. Synchronized swimmers.
Yeah, they were me. I just thought I'd come say hi because everyone else down there seems busy.
Well, that's because they are.
Are you not busy?
A little bit.
Do you live here? Work
I
here?
have lived here, and I have worked here, but I don't currently live here or work here.
What do you do?
What do you want me to do?
I don't know. I'm just. Is there what I can do to kill time? I'm kind of bored. The feasting for another few hours, I guess. Half a day.
Well, it's later on this evening, so yeah. So what do you like doing?
Well, I've already eaten. It seems all eating and drinking. I don't drink. I tend to have tea, and the people around here don't seem to have heard of tea. They threw some leaves in a thing and put some water on it.
What do you do
Are
with
there
your
any
tea?
So now I'm all out of ideas.
Are there any alcoholic beverages like around on tables and stalls?
There are beverages. Some of them may be alcoholic.
I'm gonna go and grab one and then come back.
What do you do with your tea? Do you not put leaves in water and?
Well, I put tea leaves in water. I'm not convinced they were tea leaves that they used.
You ever had a Taurian tea? You have now.
I guess I have, yeah. I mean, it was all right.
Are you lot about to rob me or something?
No, I guess I'm being nosy.
Are they being nosy? Again, nods at your,
We were just following our friend.
It happens. I think they're probably worried I'd do something wrong.
Do you normally do stuff wrong?
It's normally him that does it wrong.
Or the Viconian?
Yeah.
Tell you a story about roulette that would curl your hair.
Why would anyone play roulette?
Because he's an idiot.
Nah, okay.
A more appropriate question is, why would anyone play it more than once?
You played it more than once?
They played it more than twice.
You played it more than twice?
Yeah.
Have you checked if he's dead?
He's not dead, but only because we went and got him.
You went and got him?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe play roulette for the rest of the day.
We're on a self ban.
Okay.
Are you telling him about the many times I've played roulette?
I'd like to say no, but they definitely are.
Yeah.
I am still here.
Yeah, he's all right.
I'm not going to agree to that.
Who lives up there?
You pointed at the villa?
Yeah.
Some dwarf, or Glutonius or something.
That's a
Patron of the
patron.
feast tonight. Yeah, they've gone all out.
Do you know him?
Yeah.
No.
Inside check.
Roll an insight check.
Can I roll it as well?
If as many of you as want to roll an insight check.
Yep. 11.
Cool.
18.
Cool. I just see you celebrating phase on mute.
I knew I was on mute, but I was still counting. 20!
Althea, you doing an insight check? Just sorting your bugs out. Sort your
I was
bugs out, love.
itching my armpit.
Yeah, you
And
claim what you
no,
want.
I'm gonna have stayed. Althea will have stayed back a little bit. Like, she's not obviously trying to be separate from the group, but she's a bit like, I'll let you deal with this one.
So do you insight check them?
No.
All right. Well,
They've got it.
We don't care.
I feel like this is the least subtle thing ever anyway. So.
yeah, I was about to say.
I was like, I'm
Folks,
here for the story now.
Felk's like putting his sketch like stuff on. It's just in the middle, taking his clothes off.
If sketch was
But it's-
good, when he said, "Are you guys robbing me?"
Be like,
I was like,
yeah.
well, we weren't, but we are now.
right, so what did you get, Etheria? 11?
11.
Maybe. Maybe they do, maybe they don't know. Glutonius. Bjorn and FaZe. They're lying, but they don't know them.
Don't know the person who owns the villa. Why are you looking around? Are you robbing them?
Maybe.
On a hand. We're really not subtle or good at breaking and entering those. So we're probably not.
No. For all the reasons listed above. For starters, He pointed at me. And then
I
you
did.
all walked over here. And
Honestly, you look a little bit like a friend of ours, and we were curious whether you came from a similar place. I point to Althea.
we don't look alike. And then points at Althea's ears.
Yeah, we don't. Wrong person.
And then he points at his 1.5 foot long ears.
My parents are Elvish. I
highly doubt that.
Well, my mother...
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you were lied to.
A parent is not always a birth parent.
No, I didn't. Yeah, my mother's Elvish, and my dad's Elvish, and my sister's Elvish. Obviously, I'm not, but my family is.
Oh, okay, one of them. Okay, yeah. Good for you.
They're from the Vey dynasty.
He looks you up and down. I guessed.
This isn't going the way I thought.
Why does it go differently when you just randomly approach en masse towards strangers? And you're all really well equipped for a feast.
Evidenced by what happened about an hour ago, this is pretty par for the course, I think. When we approach random strangers. And
so it is going how you normally do it?
This is how I normally do it. I'll be perfectly honest with you. The reason that I pointed you out, I did not know my friends were going to approach you en masse.
Oh, that makes me feel better, that it wasn't planned to approach me en masse.
We very rarely plan anything.
I believe you.
But it would the reason that I picked you out of the crowd is because you were, like me, one of the only people in the market who seemed out of place. As if you did not have a task or a real reason to be there, other than surveying the marketplace, as I was.
Keen eye, but I definitely fit in more than you want. I just points at every one of you.
That is true. I'll be completely honest.
That's good. It's good again.
I approached you because I was bored and curious, and I just thought you might know something about that place.
I know whoever lives there now has got a ton of coin, or at least wealth in some other manner.
Is that what you're interested in?
Look at my tunic. It ain't an expensive tunic, and I've turned this thing inside out more times than I've had hot meals, which recently ain't that often.
But the question is, are you looking to work for them? Or are you looking to acquire coin some other way? You don't have to answer, I'm just being nosy now.
Yes.
Are you capable?
I'm gonna have to say it. I think I'm pretty capable.
I'd be careful. I've heard...
I don't know. I'd be careful if I were you.
Yeah.
That's just like fucking holding the quill, right?
I've heard bad rumours about them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Rumours usually are bad.
Not always. Sometimes there's rumours that there's going to be a really nice thing like this feast. That's why we came.
You think the feast is nice? Rich
Not
people
common.
letting poor people eat for free?
The idea's nice, but there's got to be better ways, right?
They could just give me the coin. Let me buy my own food.
Yeah.
Also, skilled. What's with the tunic?
It's inconspicuous.
That like.
Just looks around and then says nothing.
We're really not helping you be inconspicuous here, are we?
Nope.
I apologize.
You don't mean that.
I actually do.
Inside check.
The reversal.
Natural one. You carry on with your life.
Perhaps we should leave. I have been warned against presuming friendship. Perhaps we should
You've
leave.
been warned against it?
An hour ago, I have mentioned. Perhaps we should leave this perfect stranger to his business.
Yeah.
Might be the most awkward thing we've done yet. Just so we're clear.
I
Like,
once
I mean,
walked,
really.
I once
The whole
walked
time.
around the bar, stroking the faces of complete strangers, telling them how I could
You
see
are probably the
sound.
first party that's got a list, I'll be honest.
But the same day you skipped through the town.
Yes.
That was a roulette thing.
Most things are when you play roulette.
Mm.
Well, maybe we'll see you at Feast later.
Hopefully not.
Well, I have got this disguise.
They will never know.
Apple.
An insight check is probably unnecessary.
Wouldn't even bother.
This is as awkward as my real life conversations.
Are you trying to disguise yourself as something? I mean, are you really an elf and disguising yourself as a dragonborn?
No, I'm really a dragonborn.
Okay.
I'm
It's
secretly an elf.
Are you?
Well, I didn't believe you until your friend reacted like that.
No, it's hard for me to be subtle. But I really did just think you might have had some information on that place, and I just thought I'd ask.
Next time, ask alone. Don't bring an entourage.
I didn't expect everybody to come.
What if perhaps we were to ask with coin?
Have you got any coin?
Yes.
Take out 2 gold.
They're very nice coins.
Take out
Would you like-
platinum.
What do you
Really?
want?
You call yourself capable?
Right. It's not what my mother calls me, but yeah.
I was wondering if you knew of any subtle entrances into the villa.
The word subtle changes depending on who's using the entrance. If you lot are using it, it ain't a subtle entrance. If someone capable
Normal.
uses it, then it's subtle. I could tell you where the possibility of a subtle entrance is. And he puts his hand out for the platinum.
You can have the platinum when we have the information.
You can have the information when you can be subtle.
We'll give him the platinum.
He disappeared. No.
Damage
the door!
3
Fucking
fields
hell.
over.
I knew it was that gnome. See that front gate there?
Yep.
The villa backs onto the cliffs. If you can traverse the cliffs around the eastern wall, there is a small ledge. Several ledges that will take you to the back wall. It's in it's in need of repair. They don't feel they ever need to repair it because it backs onto a cliff. But there's more than enough damage to the wall that you could easily enter the grounds from the back. I say easily. Someone capable could easily enter the grounds from the back.
I kind of look back at the rest of them. I am not very good with cliffs.
Everything in.
And then you need somebody capable. I know
Althea?
someone if you're willing to hire them.
Is it you?
I am capable.
I would like to know if your actual end goals are at cross purposes with ours if we were going to enter into that kind of arrangement.
Depends what you're paying my friend for.
Your friend, not you.
Oh, they're capable.
Are you going to be around here for a while?
It depends on how aware you've made people of my presence. other folk might just approach me randomly.
That's true. They might. You don't want that. We'll come back to you.
We're staying in the left. We're staying in the left marble.
Been here a while, have we?
Just today.
I got that.
I guess from this angle, it's the right marble.
Yeah. Am I asking for anyone in particular? Are you a special group of heroes?
I don't know about that. I think you'd probably find us quite easy.
Looking for that weird group. That'll do it.
Come the feast, there'll be a lot of those, so it might not be as clear to some as others.
That's reassuring.
Good.
There'll be folk travelling up from Buxy Bay.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
Well, regardless of...
Bjorn.
Pleased to meet you, Bjorn.
Etheria.
Etheria.
Let's meet you.
I'm still just like smiling up at him.
I'm almost doing a Velk smile as well. Like
Smiler one, smiler two, I understand.
Well, I think I'll let you get back to your day. I don't know about the others.
Very nice of you. Thank you for the contribution. It just pockets the platinum.
As we're turning to leave, I'm going to sort of lean in and say, what do you know of a gladiator called Raphian?
Give me an insight check.
Just tell me the truth.
Wow. Fuck your dice, TM. Just tell me the truth.
12.
He stiffens at the mention of the name Hui and just whispers back.
In what way?
What, you feel what do you know of Raphian?
I know that he's a gladiator. He's seems to be quite good. I've been told he doesn't lose. I've also been told he looks similar to me. Fair-haired, golden-eyed, Praetorian. I know that he's here now, and I know that he was hired to be here by Gritonians. What do you know of Raphian?
He's a horrible, horrible person.
Why?
No patience or calm.
Why would he be hired to be here? What's his purpose?
I have no idea. From your insight check, he doesn't have an idea.
We are, despite your maybe first impressions, actually here on for very serious reasons, and learning that Raphion is horrible and that he was hired to be here, from what I already know, was hired to be here by Gritonius, has made those reasons even more serious. We think something's going to happen at the feast. Are you willing to work with us? I can't promise coin, but I can promise that it is against Raphian.
As I said to your friend, and gestures towards Fizz, depends what working with you is.
We have reason to believe that Glutonius isn't who she is, making everyone think that she is with her generosity. She kind of like spits over the word. We believe, well, I believe, I haven't actually had a chance to catch up with my friends yet. I believe this is a cover, and something bad is going to happen, especially learning about Raphian and being here. Something's going to happen this evening. And
Why are you still here?
Because we are here to stop it, and we have history with Plutonius. Or one
I'd like
of his
to have a conversation with Plutonius.
If you are willing to work with us, Again, I can't promise for an amount of coin, but I can promise it is for the side of good.
Oh, hooray.
We, like my friend said, are staying in the Left Marble and are probably going to retire there until the feast tonight, so as not to draw any more attention to ourselves. Just come and find us if you're willing to help.
Let's help you goodies take down the evil tyrant that is Gluttonius and Ratharan and save the world. I get first pick.
Of
Whatever I want.
Loot
Fine.
Althea.
Huh?
Loot Althea.
It was either going to be loot or a kill.
First pick of whatever I want.
You can't kill Plutonius.
That's my
That's
offer.
my only condition. I have to speak to Plutonius.
If you wish my help, that's what I want. First pick of anything I want.
You can't kill Plutonius. Otherwise, there's no deal.
Just
You
stands
can
there.
have anything else. Anything
Okay.
else.
Okay. Watch.
Just stands there.
So
You see a
can have-
smile form on his face at Faze's reaction. So, it's more than
No.
just being heroes of the Toria.
We said that.
It's
I said I
personal.
needed to speak to Plutonius.
There's a difference between speaking to Gluttonius and getting definitely over emotional. I never said I wanted to kill anyone. You did all that yourself.
I said first pick of anything you want. That could include killing her.
You
I
were
need
right
to
the
speak to her.
first time, Raven. I just want loot.
Then fine.
But thank you for sharing. I just kind of rest back against the baker's building again.
Not exactly a secret.
it was.
Yeah.
It was.
Just going to turn and walk towards the marble.
Have a good day.
Keep walking.
You do.
Waves. Anyone else? Are you all just staying there staring at the...
Following.
That was
Stay
just
there
like-
and there.
Just a little bit longer.
yeah, just long enough to be a little bit too awkward.
Following the others, and as soon as we're out of earshot, I think I handled that quite badly.
I think if we'd known that you wanted to speak to them quietly, we would have stayed out the way.
It was beautiful. What you doing through it? I walk up. What about you? I follow. What about you? I follow. What about you? I follow. What about you? Oh, right. I think Etheria was just as shocked as the elf.
He turned around and was like,
Where the fuck did you lot come from?
why are you there?
Yeah, well, it could have gone worse, I guess.
There's someone here staying at a villa called Rathian. They're from what's his name? What's the rhino called?
Batiatus. You mean you met
Batiatus.
you've known for years? Yeah.
Yeah, that one. From Batiatus, I learnt that Rathian is a gladiator. Looks similar to me with golden eyes and fair hair, and Etorian. And they never lose, which means they're very good, or they have, other people that would do other things that would mean that they would win. She's just eyes Velk.
Velk does a little gun show. Little spud guns.
And then that elf told me that Rathian is a horrible, terrible person. So their reasons for being here, I'm sure, are not just for feasting. I think that we were right when we talked about this evening being a cover for something more nefarious. I think Rathian might be an assassin.
For who? I guess if people are coming up from Buxley Bay, maybe.
It could maybe Actelio's coming, maybe some other important people are coming. But I asked my friend Agron, and he said the only person kind of note that travelled in was Rathian. So I don't I don't know what celebrity status people that we know in Buxy Bay have, but not enough of note that people are aware that they're coming. Raffian is the only one that is talked about, and their presence is is something to be excited about, or that people are aware of. But they're not here just for the feast.
Thank you for stepping in with a reasoned voice. I had no idea how to talk to that person.
It's okay. I just hope that their cockiness and general personality was an act, and they are not working for Plutonius, and we've not just completely outed ourselves. But time will tell now. I think we just have to wait for the feast.
Well, if we have, then we get to have the conversation with Plutonius that much sooner.
Yep.
We do not necessarily have to wait for the feast. We now have a back door.
Yes.
But we still...
Back door. A cliff.
We still don't know what Plutonius is... I mean, I don't know what's better, to wait for the bad thing to happen or stop it before we know what it is. Like, I don't...
Stop it. I am an instrument of Costa's vengeance on this plane. I work for him. They have already earned vengeance. I do not believe we should allow them to tip the scales any further. If we leave them to their own devices and only act once they have, we could be allowing the loss of life to happen.
Dawn, you fell off a cliff very recently.
I have all of my wits about me. It did not hit my head that hard.
No,
I'm not.
all three of them.
That was like, that is a small number of wits. Some people call
I'm not
them the
suggesting.
twits.
I'm not suggesting that that you're dumb. I'm suggesting that as a bunch of people in full armor, we may not be the best people to sneak in through the back door.
I mean, Bjorn and Rhea have a significant advantage in that Rhea can fly, and I've definitely seen Bjorn fly.
Sure, and they don't jingle as much.
No.
I jump up and down.
But
I mean,
I don't know whether we wait for...
a few people pay attention
Because
to this.
being able to speak to Glutonius would mean that we could... And you said you have a truth spell that you can cast on her?
It doesn't mean she has to tell us anything, though. Just so we're clear, it doesn't compel her to speak. It just
there are other ways to compel people to speak.
I'd expect that line to come out of me up here.
Would Glutonius just let us in?
Huh?
Would Glutonius just let us in?
I wouldn't be surprised, because she has a very horrible gladiator bodyguarding her, apparently. They're staying there, like, Raffion is up there with her. So, again, we're only going to find out the whole story by talking to Glutonius. It's going to be much easier to do that before the feast, but we're probably going to have to go through Raffion and whoever else first. Like, there is no way of doing this subtly, as much as we spoke about it. We can't sneak in, capture Glutonius, and talk to her without other people knowing. We're going to have to clear out whoever's in that house.
If we were a very different group, we could, but you're right.
With a very different skill set, but who we are, it's going to be a case of go in, neutralize everyone, and talk to Glutonius. There is no other way of doing it.
Challenge her to an eating competition. All right, I don't know what to do for the best, but I do want to talk to her.
Wait, I have an idea.
Oh no.
There's wit number 2.
Bjorn, and I just look up, like, off in the distance, not really focusing on anything. Bjorn wonders what he thinks he should do. Like side-eyeing Velk.
Bjorn.
Ace is just going to look at you.
I just got this image of Velk standing next to Bjorn, looking up and going.
Just like waiting in anticipation. Like.
Velk's really interested.
Is that it? Is Velk just clear his throat?
Walks off. You're a lost cause, man.
Bjorn thinks if he wanted to have an individual get into the villa before this evening, he could make it happen by turning the individual invisible.
I think if we turn someone invisible, they may be able to get into the villa.
Can anyone cast that spell?
I think Velk can cast the spell. He did it on Rhea.
Did. But the question is, who would be best to go in and get the information? Velk would actually be my first choice, being small and hard to notice. However, trying to get the information back out of Velk might be a bit of a challenge.
But it is. But they would be invisible. Size would not matter. They would still be quite difficult to notice.
Noise would matter, though, and that counts me and Althea out for sure. No offense, Althea.
Unless...
Bjorn thinks you can take things
I was going to
off.
say, I can take this off. Like, I don't sleep in it. You've seen me without it on before. So yours is less, you can't take half your body off. But,
I've done before.
Oh, wow.
Bjorn looks at the two discussing semantics and thinks, maybe Ethereum.
Voice in the sky agrees.
I'm not the sneakiest, but I do have means to travel distances very quickly.
You might actually be a good shout because you can get back out if you get stuck, right?
How many people can you cast? I'm not comfortable with anyone going in on their own, invisible or not. Remy's told me that there are people that can see even through invisibility. Remy knows all sorts of these
I was like, I'm checking my notes.
Remy's the nurse. Remy has all the D&D knowledge and he tells me it
Inspiration
sometimes.
suggested he send Shauna in.
I met a blacker in the sauna.
But can it be held on more than one person, Velk?
I think it's higher up you can do more people.
Yeah, higher up. So I just look, but don't smile.
Right.
A little bit of bitterness about that. Why would you help me like that?
I'm going to stare blankly at Velk and go, I think that might be a no.
The first one.
Bjorn thinks he can only maintain the spell on one person.
I think Velk can only maintain the spell.
Bjorn, I got it. But
Rhea
if
says, for how long?
Bjorn thinks he could maintain it for up to an hour.
Up to an hour.
Does Bjorn, does it take concentration? Can you do anything else whilst casting that spell?
Bjorn thinks it is concentration.
Yes, it is concentration.
So we would be relying on Velk to not Bjorn, Velk to maintain concentration on a spell, on a theory. Once you cast it, is there a range, Bjorn, that the person can go up to away from the caster?
no, because Rhea went all the way. Sorry, Velk, but Rhea went all the way into that cave that was significantly further away from Velk. So.
Okay, so we would need to make sure that Velk was able to maintain his concentration, didn't get damaged in any way, or have to cast something else.
We're in a market. Who's going to come out?
If anything were to happen.
Just some random strangers walked up.
Give me all your money.
AD
But
has
they
notebooks, like.
But I also think an
Mugger's Alley,
important,
mate.
I also think a very important question is that I will wonder about now is whether Velk still has the capacity to cast it.
Yeah, and before
Today?
the feast felt, we're not going to get a,
I don't know. As God
A
has
smile.
told us, it is relatively early. If we didn't do anything for 8 hours, we may, get a long rest before the feast.
You and sleeping, Bjorn. Sort yourself
Sleep.
out.
I am a warlock. It is what I need to do.
Meta jumping player I've ever met. I swear to God.
Velk, how many spell slots you got left?
Wow.
Just stick 2 fingers. When Bjorn's asking about whether I have enough, I just smile at him.
I will take that as a yes.
Right. Then I think we should do it. I think Etheria should go in. Etheria can... How far can you travel, Etheria? You don't have to answer through someone else. It is fine to use your own mouth.
I can teleport about 30 feet.
It's have to be somewhere you can see.
Misty still does, yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure you can confirm.
If I could myself be within 30 feet, I could send my echo in. They wouldn't be invisible. But I can sense through them. If I could have them standing, if I could have them standing hidden.
I love the evil laugh every time Althea speaks about her powers. DM's Bane.
Faith in Etheria. I think they have the ability to sneak in and sneak back out again.
No, I know it's purely from a safety point of view because I can swap places with my echo should anything kick off. But we can just be on hand, I suppose, nearby.
I mean, we'll stay close by Etheria, and if anything happens, then we'll come through the front door. You've got message. You can let us know if anything goes horribly wrong.
You have to be able to see the
your-
person for message.
Bjorn thinks because the spell he will maintain his concentration, he'll know if it is broken.
Velk, can I use abilities whilst I'm invisible?
Etheria knows that they can use abilities when they're invisible.
But not spells. You can't attack or anything.
Well, it's the basis of a plan.
If you don't want to, Etheria, that's understandable. I can take off the chainmail that clinks on the arm, and I can go. I don't mind.
I'm happy to go in if it helps the party.
Bjorn thinks it's the perfect plan for the position he's in now.
I agree with Bjorn and Velk. Right. We go and find somewhere up past the villa to do this, though.
Yeah, it's probably best not to do it in the street. I know we're the best at salty, but
Anyone fancy a walk? I fancy a walk. Does everyone fancy a walk? Wonderful. I'm going to start wandering off.
As you pass
Like-
more folk
As if-
going about their business, you now have noticed that around lunchtime, as it is now, you can see that the people are starting to load up the tables. It will take them a while. There is a lot of tables that have just been put out in the streets all over, but they are now loading them up with like salads and meats and pita breads and such. Greek yogurt, boom, or Atorian yogurt.
Korean yogurt.
Milked from a Highlander yak. No, I ain't going in the homebrew. That'll not be in the Kickstarter, I tell you right now. So you've moved away, you are slightly elevated, you can look down into the market area, the villa is off eastward and you are slightly westward from it. But still within the town perimeter.
The walls around the villa, are they high? Can we see into the grounds, or are they?
They're about 6 feet high.
Okay.
But if
All right.
you know,
so we
they're
can't-
not. They're not fortified walls. It's more decorative and part of the grandeur of the villa. And it's again, it's a decent villa. Don't get me wrong, but it's not, a mansion of kings, as it were.
Okay.
Still there as we walk past.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go, hello.
Hello. Hello. So now you are a little bit away from the villa. What are you doing?
Is it?
You sending in the 200 hit point sorcerer?
I'm taking that as canon.
No take backs.
No, take back.
No, don't next. You said it now.
Oh look, this sword does 201 hit points.
Weird.
That's fun,
Val,
guys.
would you be so kind as to do the thing? Do you know where you're going, Etheria? It's just up there.
You can see the walls villa.
Yeah.
Are we anywhere near the cliff that was described, or are we just around the fence, or...
So,
I suppose
in
become
my head,
invisible
unless you
against
tell me
the
otherwise, you've walked away from the villa. So you're still up the hill and more into the, east is the cliff and west is more into Atoria. Yeah?
Yep.
So if you look on the map I gave you, you're just to the left of Clayeye, but within the town perimeter. The villa itself is on the cliffs. You'd have to navigate your way to the cliffs to, come up into the back.
But being invisible, I wouldn't necessarily need the cliff entrance. I could just go up over the wall.
That is entirely your choice.
Yeah.
True.
Yep, if we're going to do it, I'll do that.
Good luck. Scream really loudly if you need help.
I'll
How
scream
far
really
away
loudly.
from the villa are you? The villa wall. We'll go with the villa wall. There's about 25, 30 feet between the wall and the villa. I guess. You've seen just the odd gap where you've moved around and it's a bit higher, but you haven't obviously got a layout of the villa.
However far we need to be in real cover, well away from people, I guess.
That'll be very difficult. You can get around a few of the buildings to cut for line of sight cover, but there are still folks not far from you.
Yeah, like an alleyway or something.
Yeah, give me a group stealth check.
Odd.
It's quite an open plan village, porty town thing. It's a fisher town. It's not
Wait,
terraced.
I have
It's not
disadvantage.
terraced housing. Cool. So what's your disadvantage roll?
15.
15. Volk.
Unnatural 20.
Boom. Althea.
Nice.
Disadvantage 8.
Etheria.
A good start to me being the stealthy one. 3.
Right. Good.
It's on you, Bjorn.
17.
Cool. You're all hidden.
Cool. I'm hoping that's my bad roll.
3 out of 5 ain't bad, kids. So you do just kind of mingle in, you're looking around the shops and stuff, and then one by one you kind of just fade away behind the 2 or 3 buildings that are, again, how far away from the villa are you looking to be?
I don't know.
Come on,
Very hard
kids.
to judge. It's hard to judge. Close enough that we would be able to help in an emergency.
20 foot. 20 foot away
20
from the
foot.
villa.
There you
20
go.
foot.
I can't judge how far you need to be away in case of an emergency.
20 foot
20
away.
foot. We're 20 foot away.
So you're 20 feet from the villa wall.
Yeah.
Right, cool. Noted. That's right, Belk. Shut your mouth. Too late, Bjorn didn't think of shit. So, you are 20 feet away, you're behind a couple of the buildings. Line of sight, you are pretty confident no one can see you. Obviously, if you start shouting and bawling and stuff. You know, and depending on how loud Velk casts his spell, people might know you there.
Stealthy, Etheria.
Cast invisibility! And then smash. So, you're out of sight of folks.
Yep.
You're pretty confident, of Faze and Althea. Not Faze and Althea. Of Althea and Etheria. You manage to be like, don't stand, don't wave, just go behind the building. What's the plan now? 20 feet to the western wall.
Look down at Velk.
Phase goes to say something else to Etheria, but can't see it. And then I'll touch Etheria and cast invisibility.
Oof. Etheria disappears.
Yep. Don't want to waste time.
Yeah.
I'll run for the wall.
Run for the wall.
Just as the theory is going, I just want to poke them as they're going because they're invisible. I'm like, don't touch them.
Give me a dex check.
Dex check.
Oh, yeah.
Pops the spell.
Yeah.
Takes damage. Well, that's why I went with dex, not strength.
It's pretty good. It's 16.
Cool. What's your AC theory?
11.
Yeah, you managed to just prod a theory on the way past.
Yay.
Triple, they die. Next person. You run 20 feet to the wall. There's
Yep,
a 6
I'm
foot
gonna
wall in front of
Yeah, I'm going to try and quietly go over the wall.
you. Okay. Give me a athletics check to climb stealthily.
Oh, fuck's sake. I rolled a 2 again. That's a 3.
I'm sure you got a reroll.
We
At
do.
least
Do
one or
please
two.
use it.
You got one. I know Bardic gave you one. Yeah.
We do. I was hoping to use it for something a bit more important inside, but yeah, I'll go on then.
I mean, like a stealth roll you're gonna need.
Yeah. 19.
19. Guess what? You get over the 6 foot wall, and you get over it quietly. You are invisible, and you take advantage of that fact. And when you drop down onto the other side, you can see that there are small gardens, and there are some small mosaic tiles, kind of like around these gardens in different colours. Again, nothing over extravagant. It's not the Empress of Victoria's house you're in. It's just somebody with a bit of cash. Bear in mind, this is a guest house for the patron.
Yep.
So there are small gardens. You can see the villa in front of you is a large building. Doesn't seem to have any elongated sections to it. Just seems to be quite a large, squarish sort of design. It does have the standard, pillars on the front where the doorway is. There is there are a few more thicker bushes around the edge and such, and it's been made to look nice and made to look presentable to somebody that you'd want to, rest comfortably in your town while they were patron to a feast. But from the wall to there is about 30 feet to the first pillar that goes around it. Columns, I know what I mean. You'll just have to fucking imagine it.
I want to take 2 seconds just to check if there's anybody in the grounds itself.
Perception check.
8.
8. Not that you can see.
I'm going to approach the villa.
So you're on the western wall of the villa.
Yep.
The southern facing side of it is where the main entrance would have been if you were coming towards it from the main gate. There are a couple of archways that are probably windows, but they don't have any glass in them. They're just archways straight into the villa building itself. And then there's obviously the southern wall, the northern wall, which is the back of the villa.
Yeah, I'm going to try and approach a side wall near to a notched window.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
I was cocked. I've got advantage, right?
You are invisible, so yeah.
Yep. 11.
I mean, took 3 rolls.
First one was cocked, but the second one
You
wasn't that one.
claim what you want, kid.
Second was, I'm rolling that dice.
Was it the big
which is
rainbow
as big as that in that tray.
It's just
In the middle.
The dice is invisible.
It's just that, I got on that 20 every time. Brilliant. 11, yeah?
11.
Cool. You approach the wall, you scooch across it, and you can see the window archway, and out you're nearing 5'10" or something for Earth area.
I forgot how big I said I was. I'm quite short, but 5'5". 5'5".
Yeah. So the bottom of the window ledge is probably head height, so you can probably have a scooch in. Immediately looking in there, you can see that this particular area is where they prepare meals and such. You could call it a kitchen. It's entirely up to you. But the meals will be brought here before they went out into the dining room area, it seems. And there is a door to your right and a door to your left.
How many
Go on.
How many windows have I seen on the outside?
4 on this wall here.
Are they all into the kitchen?
The one you're at leads straight into this prep room. There's one on your right, further down, that will either lead into a kitchen or the dining area. The one on your left will be the other one, either dining room or kitchen, depending on which ones they are. And then the far one will be on the far left, will be somewhere else towards the northern one.
Yeah, I want to check the outside windows first and listening in, just if I can hear anybody in any of the rooms.
So at this window, give me a perception check.
Fuck's sake. 4.
Kind of looking, having a look around. You adjust your feet and you hear the crunching of stones under your feet. Keep looking. Nothing.
Move down to the next window and have a look.
Please roll a different dice.
I've changed dice. I've moved my big one out of the way. I've stopped rolling my duck. I'm now onto my...
So it's got a bin full of dice at the minute.
Yep.
You go down to the next window and this is indeed the dining area, which leads logically that the one on the far right would have been the kitchen area.
Yep.
So this one you can see is a dining area. There are 2 long tables set out with several chairs around them. Nothing grand, just nice, it's spacious. There's some mosaic decorations like on the wall, just of like ones of the same sort of helmet that Althea wears. It's just, decorative. There's another one that is what appears to be a very basic attempt at the town of Clayeye, if you were to fly above it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a nice eating area.
No one in this
Perception
one.
Cheat, for fuck's sake. You see your backup character walk through the door.
Fuck's sake.
You don't hear or see anything out of the ordinary in the eating area.
Yeah, I'll move to the kitchen.
You move down to the kitchen and approaching that window you can hear like motion inside before you even get to the window. There's smells of food being cooked, but it's like a real strong meaty smell. You get to the window and you can see in there that there is a very short person. Like, you can't, it's not glutinous, but they are short, don't seem to be as broad, or they don't carry the features of any folk you've met so far. They've got their back to you, they're pretty short, and they're stood on a thick wooden stool reaching up to a large pot, and they are like just stirring the pot, whatever this strong meaty smell is, it's coming from the pot. And it is a small kitchen. They've got a stone oven to the right hand side, and this pot is above a counter fire, like the fire's built into the counter rather than a campfire, and it's just over it.
Yeah. And fourth window?
That is the fourth window.
Oh, that's the fourth one.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So you were number 2 window. You went to number 3, went back down to number 1. So you're wanting to walk all the way over to the top.
To the last window that I've not seen. Yeah.
So that's at the far. That's near the northern wall, like where the corner when it goes from west to north. Do you look into the kitchen window?
Yeah, I do look in.
Give me a perception check.
I pre-rolled this one, expecting you to ask me to do one, and I got 19.
19?
Yep. I'm keeping this dice.
As this short humanoid person is like moving around, you see them lean to the right and grab something from the side, and it starts to move and wiggle in their hand, and you see that they've grabbed a rat by the tail. Next couple of things you notice is, 1, the rat just gets chucked in to this large pot of boiling stew from the looks of it, and you can see rats and toads and snakes all bubbling about in this stew, in this pot.
Do I think that's quite usual for food?
I mean, it's not a delicacy that you've ever heard of.
Casual Friday night.
Yeah, I think it goes into Greek kebabs, that is not a thing. I apologise. I'm quite,
Well, so yeah, I'm a bit disgusted by that.
It's not common cuisine that Aetheri is aware of.
Yep. Yeah, I'll take note of that and I'll move to the other window, the last one.
As you move, the short creature stops what they're doing. And you just hear... And then you just hear the word scale whispered from the creature.
Scale?
And their head starts to turn slowly towards the window.
I'll quietly move away.
You move along, crunching stones beneath your feet. You carry on moving up to the next window?
I want to move...
To the window, the last window you wanted to see. Or do you do something else?
I want to move just a metre or so and then stop and look back at the kitchen window and just stay as still as possible.
Well, moving away from the window, you can't really see what's happening anymore because you're obviously against the wall.
No, I'm just watching in case it looks out or comes out or...
You see two grey, like, broken-skinned, fleshy hands just kind of come out. The skin's real dry. Lots and lots of flesh, but really cracked and dried. Like it's baggy on them. And it just kind of puts its hands on the rim of the windowsill. And you see now as the rays of light hit it, the smoke seems to come off, like the skin's burning, but it doesn't pull back from it. And you just see a bald, bulbous, misshapen head just sort of pop out. You see where the eyes would be, it's just skin. There's no eyes, no sockets or anything. But it's got a thick nose with massive nostrils. And it's got a forked tongue that just comes out of it, and it just kind of flicks out at the end, sniffs. And it's kind of going left and right with its sniffing. What do you do? Again, when its head comes out, the skin seems to be baggy, and the sunlight is burning its skin. Not like, but it doesn't look comfortable, but it doesn't seem to be backing down from it.
Do I know what kind of spells and stuff breaks invisibility?
Casting a magical spell, or
So
taking a violent action, i.e. an attack, will break it.
Yeah.
If your Misty Step is a innate ability, I would not classify that as a spell. If you have to cast it, then it would be a spell.
Yeah, it's a spell slot.
Then yes, you would be casting magic.
Yeah.
Give me an insight check. As the creature pops its head out, and you kind of adjust yourself and hear the crunching of stones under your feet.
Fuck. I used the reroll and I still did shit.
Did you not get another one? Clockwork gave you another one.
That's the same one. That
was our second one.
Yeah.
That they've just used.
Oh, have you already used it? Alright.
I used the other before on the stealth check going over the wall.
I thought that was Tony's.
No, we've got another reroll.
Yeah, you've got another reroll that you haven't used it.
Tony just said I used the reroll and I still messed it up. Is that alright?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
I used a reroll going over the wall.
Yep.
Yeah.
And have
I've just used one now.
Oh, okay.
And they've just
that's
used
the
one
two.
now.
That's the two. Yeah.
Yeah, I still got 6.
Fuck. You know when Velcro's like, maybe Etheria. It's time to slap Velcro.
Yeah.
Like,
I think you forgot that it's me behind Etheria rolling the dice.
Fucking Jesus. Okay.
I've got more dice over there that I'm not rolling anymore than I've got other side of that.
Carry on with your plan, Etheria. You insight fuck.
Yeah. Well, seeing his nostrils and his tongue, I think he's probably got good senses, but...
Give me a perception check. You won't get what I was going to give you on the insight, but I'll give you something on the perception.
Nat 20.
Doesn't have any ears.
Oh.
The creature is completely smooth where the eyes and ears are. It seems to be completely reliant on its smell and whatever its forked tongue is doing.
Yeah, I'm going to run down the wall.
Which way?
Which side of window am I on now? The side of window I'm on, I'm legging it away from the creature.
So, if you were to look at a wall and there's 4 windows on it, the furthest right, that's the kitchen window.
Yep.
So I've
approached that from the left then.
Yep.
So yeah, back away from the window.
So are you
Just-
running back to the wall to hop over to this lot, or are you running up the building wall towards
The building wall.
Okay.
Yep.
So you go past the preparing room window, past the dining room window, and then what?
Approach the corner of the building, I guess.
So you go past that last window. Do you check a peek, or do you keep going?
I'll look in as I pass and hope.
If you're looking in as you pass, give me a perception check. DC will be slightly different than if you were standing and sticking your head in.
That's 11.
Cool. As you go past, you kind of just do a quick peek, and you do notice that it stretches away from the window further into the building, but it seems to be a lounging area.
Mm-hmm.
There are quite thick cushions and such laid down. Not like there. It seems to be a bit more. The cushions are larger and more like lazy boy cushions, as it were.
Yep. I'm going to stop at the corner of the building and look back at the lizard and see if it's stopped to come out.
Give me a perception check.
16.
You don't see it hanging out the window or otherwise. You will have noticed by running up from like that corner to this corner that the building itself is about 70 feet. That wall is about 70 foot.
About 70 foot.
And the building is a square-ish design, so you can roughly guess the size of it from that.
Yeah. Just checking something.
But you are now at the corner of the building, having gone past that last window.
Yep. I'm going to briefly run back out to the garden wall, and then I'm going to use my psionic mind to send a message to in the direction of the party, and just say.
Do you need line of sight?
I do for that one, actually. Yes, I won't do that.
So I'm just checking these things. There's a lot of magic shit going on.
Yeah, my spell I don't need it, but my actual mind I do.
Ability you need. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I won't do that then. I'm going to go through the. I'm going to go back to the lounge window, have a more careful look, and then go through if it's empty.
Give me a perception check.
18.
Cool. In the lounging area, you didn't notice at first because you were just quickly running past, and as you got to the corner of the building, you did see that at the. Let me just sort my camera out. You did see at the corner, like, so on the north side, where it would meet the cliffs and such, you do notice ahead there's a large garden, like a deliberate garden where one would walk around and converse, and there's a bench there and stuff, and it's set out very nice. The pathways through this little like flower garden are all tiled. You do see the broken bit of wall at the back that one could fit through, that you would assume leads onto Mr. Capable's cliff idea.
Do I see Mr. Capable?
Give me a perception check.
No, I don't. 3. Even if it were there, I don't
Not
see
that
him.
you're aware of. How you've not died is beyond me.
Oh,
Nipping back to the window, you rolled an 18, did you not?
I did. Yes.
Yeah. You look in there, and in the lounging area, you didn't notice them before because you like quickly just taking in your thingies.
Yeah.
You see a very, very dark-skinned elf. So dark that it is like nightshade blue. Like you can, like the light of the house is definitely a very, very, very deep blue-skinned elf. Their hair, as they kind of turn, goes from jet black to pure white, back to jet black. Just as they roll their head, they're just getting comfortable in this lounging area. Their clothing is similar to yourself. It is a dark kimono, the same dark blue, not quite not quite nightshade blue, just enough to be offset that you can tell the difference in blues against their skin and the kimono. I mean, it is expensive. It is very well made. Definitely an expert kimono maker to make it complement the material colour and the skin colour. Their hair changing colour just as they move is either a trick of the light or maybe a permanent, aesthetic spell in place or some such. But they look incredibly relaxed, and they are just kind of chilled out. And you notice that they kind of just do a bit of a stretch, yawn a bit, and they kind of roll their neck, and they look back like further into the lounging area. Walking towards them in a bright orange and slightly yellow open kimono, and they are wearing clothing beneath it, but it is kind of all loose and flowing. You, at first, hold your breath, Etheria, because you recognise the female elf walking towards this male elf laid in the lounging area. Their skin reminds you of conkers, but in a lighter shade. Their hair is auburn, and their eyes, even from this distance, you can see the hazel vibrancy of them. You see to walking towards this nightshade blue elf laying in the lounging area, and they're very comfortable. Their kimonos open, their clothes, and again it's all loose, and they've got two glasses or two goblets in their hands, which you assume is filled with a liquid. You see Lady Akiku of Summer's Wrath.
Oh.
From the Ver dynasty. The sister of Lady Akiko, your clan leader. And she joins the nightshade skinned elf in the lounging area. He sits up, she passes him a goblet. They just kind of adjust, and they kind of go in that really comfortable, in a relationship sort of sitting position in the very large cushions, and you just hear her, not deep, but her firm voice just turn to this nightshade elf and go, "Whatever will we do with you, Gabriel?" And that's where we're going to end the session.
Ah!
We're finally learning things. It's taken us a long time to get to this point.
Well, you went shopping for a red robe. Like, I couldn't do anything about it.
Well, it was a red cloak. It didn't take long.
Right, so we're going to leave it there. Etheria is face first into a window. Where else would you leave it?
Well,
just doing that classic.
Yeah.
Auntie!
Yeah, I know that person. You see them, that's what you see. They're sharing a drink. Etheria stood at the corner of the building. You lot are 20 feet away on the other side of a wall, just hiding behind some, a gardener's shed.
Yep.
Rhea will be back with us next Monday. That is going to be it for tonight. I will confirm tomorrow, but I don't believe we're streaming tomorrow just because of the expo, and Mel, myself and Luke have got a lot of stuff to get ready for the expo in a few days, because we're going to be at the Games UK Expo in Birmingham at the NEC this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we shall, I'll confirm tomorrow. Hopefully we will get our stream on, but we'll see, because Mel and Luke are going to be rammed, because they'll be obviously taking stock, whereas me and Eddie are cheating and just taking our personalities, and we need a big car for that. So, but yeah, thanks for tuning in. Let all your friends know about us. Click all the likes and follows, subscribes, all that palaver, good stuff. There's buttons underneath. Push them; they'll take you places. There's a Just Giving. Push that. Go donate some money. Thank you very much for the bits, the follows, etc. And yeah, we shall. We'll see you all soon. So for now, say good night, players.
Good night, players.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.